Germany, Germany.
Germany is a really, really nice place. Even though I'm a prisoner, you still give me food. Though it's not as gross as English food. Sausage and cheese, it tastes so good. Please don't come to my house in large mobs. Your people are scary. Even your women are more brolic than I am. In case you couldn't tell, today we're doing Inglourious Basterds. What number are we on? I think the 5th?
Reservoir, Pulp, Jackie, Kill Bill 1, Kill Bill 2.
Death Proof.
Death Proof.
So 6, yes, I was right, 6. So we're on 6, Inglourious Basterds, 2009 is when it dropped. And we start off with arguably one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in a Tarantino movie. The opening credits saying Mike Myers is in this movie. Why does Tarantino get these random actors in his movies? I thought it was interesting how the first shot in this movie, which this whole first scene, farmer starts off, I thought this was interesting and it took a couple times for me to realize it. Starts off chopping wood.
Just chopping wood, being a normal farmer.
And then he gets put on the chopping block.
I think
by Hans Landa, yeah. When Han's inside the house, in the dairy farmer's house, and he's just...
French word.
He's so disarming. It's the weirdest thing.
He's like the kindest dude. It's like, yo...
You just don't... Yeah,
Hans Landa.
He can get you to say whatever he wants because you're just basically hanging out with a fucking bro.
It's like he comes in and starts talking to you and you're like, you forget that SS is on the street.
Get him a glass of wine. No, my dear. This is a dairy farm, correct? So I assume you have milk? Let me try a glass of your delicious milk. It's just... You are perfect! You're the John Cena of Germans! They go from German in this whole speech they have, which it's basically... It's obvious that it's an interrogation, but it's not obvious to the character. I mean, it is obvious to the character, but it's almost... so disarming.
You see a bunch of fucking, like, Gestapo show up to your front door, you know this is an
interrogation. You know it's an interrogation.
All in uniform, in helmets, with guns.
But it's a very calm interrogation. I thought it's interesting that they go from German to French to English in this one conversation, just flawlessly.
No, I like how they acknowledge it. I have exhausted the limit on my French. Continues to speak in French. And then it's like, I hear you understand English. Maybe we can switch to English. And I like that because it's just like, that's a good way to acknowledge that the movie's got to be in English here and there.
Completely agree.
And even then, the lines of dialogue was like, what was it, 30 or something?
I think it was
in English?
30%. To add to your point, this is the best way I can put this. To add to your point, there's a specific point where the dairy farmer is speaking in English, and then he just goes, oui, I mean, yes. It's almost like a Freudian slip because he is French.
He sipped the drink, yes.
Yeah, no, I think he's smoking. But but regardless, it's just a really well done, just slip up, it makes it feel natural. It's just those little imperfections Tarantino adds. The tension building in this scene, when Han's interrogating him, is just fucking prime. It is arguably one of my favorite interrogations. It's arguably my favorite interrogation scene, bar none. Well done. Revealing the stowaways late in the scene, it's the only confirmation of the point that we get. So it's right after he really mentions it, and you're like, oh, he really don't know if he's actually...
He has nothing to hide.
Right, yeah.
So you don't feel the tension, but then you know, and you see the entire scene tends to change.
Yeah.
The sweating and everything. He starts getting more distressed, more worried.
Really,
the longer the conversation
practically
goes on.
2 separate scenes. The dairy farmer, as you mentioned, he cries. That single tear moment. That extra... Wow! Like, dude, tell me he got nominated for a supporting actor role. Jesus!
Like, what do they call those again?
He wasn't really an under 5 because he had more than 5 lines, but
like, it technically still.
It's like 5. Probably to that vein.
He's on the line.
I would say maybe a paid extra, but really well done. And then you see Shoshana running away, and we get one of my favorite scenes.
Au revoir, Shoshana.
Boopsie. Brad Pitt's first speech as Aldo Rain. He basically says, my name is Aldo Rain, explains the mission, cruelty to Germany. He just hits all these notes, and it's just pacing back and forth, and it's just, from the first scene, you know who he is, you know he's probably equally a piece of shit, as they are.
I'm part Apache. Aldo Rains.
He's the Apache. I think this was most likely a Pitt role from the beginning.
That's glorious.
The transition from Aldo Rain to movies, one of its only points of nonlinear storytelling. Sam Jackson, speaking of perfect, Sam Jackson narrates.
Cameo. Oh, wait. That German soldier
You want to mention something about that specifically?
I love that whole scene because it's like you really see the difference in sides from two different perceptions. It's like, okay,
yeah, completely.
We all hate the Nazis, yada yada, but then you see it from like a hardcore Nazi side, and it's like he views what he's doing as a good thing.
The perfect scene to show it.
And instead of like giving them what they want to know, this Nazi officer is dying for country, as Alderaan says. The best
way I can illustrate your point is the bear Jew's about to hit him with the bat, and then he touches the metal. Would you get this for killing Jews?
Get this for killing Jews?
Bravery.
It's just a good way of showing the difference, and then even better is immediately after the guy gets beaten to death, they have the soldier just give them the plans on one out, because that's the thing, like average infantry.
Well, one tries to run away too and gets shot anyway. Yeah. You see every angle of death.
But it also shows just how fucking dick every side can be.
No,
like, not all people who fought for Germany were racist Nazi assholes. They just were doing their job. Yeah. They were carrying out orders.
The bear Jew scene alone is just overkill, man. The clicking, the amount of time he makes him wait for fear tactics. It's let alone killing him. It's just the most brutal way of doing it.
And then, what the hell is Eli Roth doing here?
The German kid's persistence. Frederick was his name. What was it? I hate him. It's the worst part of this movie. The one who hits on Shoshana all the time.
Was it Frederick?
Friedrich Zoller. Yeah, Frederick. Friedrich. Like, when you first meet him, and this is just going by the way the movie goes, he, what happened?
Wilhelm.
Wilhelm. But no, going down, you see him, he's kind of creepy. His persistence is creepy, like, he doesn't take no, and then he shows up later. But it's not the kind of creepy where you think he's gonna wind up, like, killing her at first. Well, he seems genuinely sweet in his intention because he wants to bang her.
No, but
it's
also,
more like a weird
cocky.
love thing. He is kind of cocky.
He accomplished something, so he's arrogant and cocky.
I think that's what turns her off.
He thinks the world owes him something now.
Right. Well, that he's German, and she was.
No, but it's just a matter of being a soldier who accomplished something. You come away from that with a new behavior.
No, I see what you're saying.
Mindset.
It's just I'm just saying, like, as an audience, if you're looking at this, it's not necessarily going to devolve into what it does. How's that super lemon?
He just seems like a guy that we're getting who just can't take a hint.
Right, and in the end, he's sick of being told no and then breaks. Which is an interesting thing to point out. I like his argument.
Almost breaks, and then she uses that to her advantage.
Well, he breaks, and then they wind up breaking each other, but we'll get to that when we get to it. The juxtaposition of... Okay, you have the one try where he basically hits on her, and it's just, yay, everything is all nice, and I'm a German soldier, and we're not that bad. And then the next time you see a German soldier talking to Shoshana, same way, she's cleaning the theater, the same way the next time you see him, it's the higher up. I think it's Goebbels, actually.
Yeah,
get your ass in the car!
He just gets out.
That devolved a lot quickly. A lot quicker.
Gets out in his uniform, look like he's there to kill somebody.
It's really cool to see both sides of that. A German officer who's trying to get something out of you, and a German officer who doesn't give a fuck.
Einsatzgruppen.
I hope I don't have to edit that out. Hans and Shoshana reuniting in the cafe. I'm assuming it's a cafe because we're in France. Reuniting in the cafe, eating the strudel. Strudel. Wait for the creme.
Wait for the creme?
He's fucking with her! It's such an intense scene the whole time she's trying to break with Germans in general, and Hans Landa, of all people, shows up.
Like if you just had anything. That's the thing, they were like all like Waffen and propaganda members.
Oh no, they're higher ups, yeah.
And it's like, if you had even anything slightly off about you, anything they could consider Jewish, that to them was the equivalent of probable cause.
Well, no, yeah, well, it shows it well, because at the end of the scene, you see her take that breath of, oh my god, I can relax and be me! Like I said, though, he's fucking with her. It's the whole, I feel like I have something important to say to you. Wait for the cream, the milk, the whole tobacco, he has a cigarette instead of the pipe. It's the exact replica, the look even, the way they shoot it. It's all a replica of what happens in the house. He fucking knows. He's gotta fucking know. Just the way that scene is filmed, it's just instant. There's no words.
Au revoir, Shoshana!
We get a cut.
The worst thing about the movie.
We get a cut.
His forced Britishness.
Yeah, we get a cut to Mike Myers and his forced Britishness. And he's just...
Like, even Fassbender was forcing it a little, and even he was...
Fassbender came across as believable, though, that's the thing.
He was forcing it a little.
I also noticed that in this Mike Myers scene, I don't mean to be a dick. I love Mike Myers' old movies. I really do. I love Wayne's
World.
Guru! Not that one. I love Wayne's World. I love, I mean, obviously I love Austin Powers. I love his movies. I loved them. They were good. What happened to you, man? You have a stigma now. I looked at you in this movie and I went, oh no, Mike Myers. That shouldn't happen! Eli Roth chewing scenery is the most fun part of this movie. He is just fucking Donnie
Donowitz.
Even the Van Hammerschmack.
Van Hammerschmack? like, was that a mark?
It's supposed to be set up so there weren't Germans there. Scene? Yeah, we are at the bar scene. It was supposed to be set up where there was no Germans there, but it just happened to be.
It just happened because
shit luck.
Dude's wife had a baby.
Yeah, Wilhelm out partying, not with his baby. Germany is a really, really nice place. You have Wilhelm, they're all playing that game with, like, the thing on their heads, and Wilhelm comes over to the table.
That was an interesting game. I'm gonna play that.
We definitely should play that. But, we basically have this moment where he comes over, he starts drunkenly, making a fool of himself, and Michael Fassbender just basically pulls the, stop fraternizing with the higher-ups line. You're making an ass of yourself, go move to the other table, and shit just kind of starts breaking down from there. You have a real higher-up who's sitting in the corner.
Kruger, by the way.
Oh yeah, Diane Kruger's phenomenal in this movie. Before we even skip over that, I really loved her performance in this. There's a piece of really subtle acting later on that's just no lines, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But you have the scene where he comes over. You have the
I don't remember.
Oh, I forgot. Was it Riefenstahl or something like that?
Maybe.
A Riefenstahl film or something.
Like, yeah. How was the boy in that movie?
If I got that right, I deserve a lot of money. They have this moment where they're like, but I'm a captain, so you can fraternize with me. So they start talking a little bit. He starts poking and prodding. You get the feeling that this captain kind of still feels like something might be wrong. He's just playing it off really well. He's just really smart at what he's doing. They decide to play the game that the table behind them with Wilhelm's group was playing. Game's over. Fassbender seems like he's about to get the guy to leave the table. It's just about to end. Like, it's hit its climax. You think it's on the downfall. And then we'll take 3 glasses.
3 glasses. And then the guy's like...
I just love the way Fassbender reacts to that. Yeah, that's what it is. So you just know the scene isn't going to end well, and it ends in a giant shootout.
But I also love the line how, like, the SS officer or whatever, the Gestapo, I don't remember which one it was.
Right.
He's on the losing end of this.
Yeah.
But despite the losing end, he's like hardcore Nazi. They did not give in to demands.
Oh no, yeah.
He refused to get up. He was saying, no, we're not going to move from here. And it's going to stay like this until somebody shows up.
No, yeah.
So it's just like, that's dedication. And then they all fucking...
All ends in a giant shootout with the only person living.
The only 2 people living being...
Autograph for him and his kid.
Yeah.
And then, which does come into play later.
That's screwed her later.
And then she winds up killing him in the end anyway, like specifically.
Oh yeah, he could have walked home with that. Oh my god, she fucked up.
She
fucked that up.
That's what I was going to bring up. She actually wound up, killing herself.
No, like, Wilhelm was like, he was willing to, like, go with their thing. Take this traitor with you. He would have walked away.
I mean, arguably, the only other real negative here is he would have gone to and explained what they look like and potentially have...
Well, yes and no. Nobody had to know he was there. The only people who really...
We don't know what Wilhelm was going to do, is what I'm saying. So there is the potential of him getting fucked later.
There is, but if he just didn't say a word, he could have gone through all this, gotten home.
Hey, he agreed to the no guns deal, so...
He was willing to compromise, and he's like, take this traitor with you, and then she shoots him to death, and it's like, really?
Karma comes full circle, though, because the next scene we see with her is the finger scene.
Yeah.
Where they're torturing her on the fucking medical table. I like that in this scene they explain the German 3 is what really put him off. That's what made it weird. They find it weird if that, plus the other little things that he was ticked off about, the accent and stuff. All of that together, basically.
Germans do this.
It's the German 3.
This looks weird. Von Hammersmack.
Von Hammersmack. The Italian setup here. With I speak the best Italian.
No, we didn't address the scene before they enter the bar.
Oh, that joke! Yeah. There's some strategic disadvantages to fighting in a basement. Like, number 1, you're fighting in a basement.
So either I was...
Set up 2 of the best jokes in the movie in this exact scene, where it's a very serious... another interrogation scene. This movie's interrogation scenes! But this entire interrogation scene with Aldo and Van Hammersmark. Van Hammersmark. I can't not say it that way. What the fuck?
Van Hammersmark.
Van Hammersmark. There we go.
Donowitz.
But the whole thing there is they set up the mountain climbing joke, and they set up the Italian joke. I speak the best Italian.
How they set up the mountain climbing joke? What do they say? Like
Aldo Range just
tell him you broke your leg mountain climbing.
That's what it was. Yeah. How am I supposed to pass off like a full blown cast? Tell him you broke it mountain climbing. Germans love mountain climbing, right? I love that you see Hans Landa kind of just looking around the scene of the crime at the bar.
And somebody walked out of here, and then he finds the note to Van Hammersmark.
Van Hammersmark. Kiss mark. Specific oneer, and then it just sort of pans up.
Fucking name is Hammersmark.
I have no idea. It pans up, and it just continues to shoot the opposite way, and it's just a continual oneer throughout the entire 2 floors of the movie theater, showing you everything you really need to know for this place. Really well done. Tarantino's a god of camera work. We've said this before. Hans laughing at the mountain climbing joke.
Yeah, I regret to admit or something, or I'm ashamed to admit, mountain climbing. He just like walks away dying because he just like knows, oh, that's adorable. That's the most adorable lie I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's the way, and it's not that he just walks away. He walks away laughing his ass off, grabs a glass of champagne. That's how far away he walks from them. Walks back laughing. I don't mean to laugh at your misfortune or anything. It's just a joke, which are actually back to back right there.
I speak the first best Italian. You speak the second best Italian. You speak the third best Italian.
I don't speak Italian.
Third best.
And then it's the exact opposite. Fucking, he's questioning them. What's your name? My name is something Gorlami.
Gorlami.
Gorlami. Say that again.
Say that again. Gorlami.
Gorlami.
Gorlami. Good.
Gorlami. Okay. Antonio Margheriti. Yeah, one more time. Antonio Margheriti. One more. Let me hear the music in it. Antonio Margheriti.
Margheriti.
And the one that doesn't speak Italian. Dominic De Coco. Very good. That's the best. Is he speaks Italian too. Hans Landa. Am I turning into
Hans Landa?
I'm getting like Aldo Raines disease right now.
Hans Landa.
Hans Landa just knows every language, and he speaks.
Good. I imagine they were allied with the fucking Italians.
I'm just saying, though, it's fucking awesome that he's literally the one-man wrecking crew that just comes in, yep, that's a lie, yep, you don't speak this language, yep.
That's why he was the Jew.
That's why we need the Hans Landa Pai Mei crossover, because he speaks Cantonese. He has to speak Cantonese.
I just love that, the hand.
Yeah, and then he escorts them. You goes to
it's like, really?
Yeah. You two go to the seat, leaves fucking Hammersmark and Aldo there.
Hammersmark.
And then pulls Hammersmark to the room to Cinderella death her. The way that they just have her.
The shoe fits?
He could have easily just had that shoe in the room.
Oh my god.
Could have had it on his chair. No, puts it on her chair, tells her to reach in and grab it.
Just
the most subtle, amazing piece of acting.
Just the perfect moment of, yeah, I know it was you, you're fucked.
And you see it on her face.
She feels it. She's like
instantly.
So what do we do? What do we do from here? And then just
the only time Hans gets his hands dirty in this entire movie himself is the most visceral scene. It's just
choking her to death. Just leaps out of his chair.
Did I write that? Yeah. Tarantino apparently choked her himself. Yeah, I read that.
Well, when the scene cut, it was him?
It was Tarantino. You see his hands. It's Tarantino's hands because he didn't think Christoph Waltz... First of all, the only way they could properly get her to look like she was choking, which Tarantino wants realism, so the only reason they could get her to look like she was properly being out for that shot.
People suck.
So no makeup there. Hans captures Brad Pitt. After the scene, calls it. I love the scene.
They just tackle
the one in the white smoking jacket.
Fuck you. The white smoking
instantly.
Jacket.
Yeah, you don't know what's happening.
Nazi piece
you don't even know
of
what's
shit.
happening. It's just fuck you. You instantly just drop your accent.
Racist piece of shitters. Like he just insulted him. Everything. Just like what accent did he drop? He said Gorlami.
Gorlami. No, you're right. So we get him getting kidnapped.
Grazie.
They're brought to the table, and B.J. Novak is just
Dude,
there.
you forget he's in the movie.
What did I miss? I've watched this movie like 5 times. I have never been able to pinpoint where does he come from. He's not one of the 3 in the theater that we see.
Oh, yeah, he's not one of the 3, but he was earlier in the movie when you're seeing the recruit.
Contractually obligated.
I feel like he just shows up there and he just like, to show up there, he just went up to a Nazi officer and said, I'm an American, in plain English, and they arrested him. That's the only way.
Why would you do that? I wanted to be in the movie more. Then they have the whole scene of the conditions of surrender where it's, ooh, that's a bingo. Actually, we just say bingo. It's cool to see multiple assassination attempts merging into one.
No, yeah.
You have the gun attempt on Hitler. Meanwhile, the bombs from Hans, which were stolen from Aldo, who also has dynamite in there, and then you have the theater itself going up in flames because Shoshana.
You have Donnie Donowitz and the other asshole with the fucking guns.
Aldo's not able to negotiate, so we get a phone call, and the phone call on the other end has a very nice cameo from his superiors. Yeah, cameo from Harvey Keitel. During this, you have Shoshana, as we said, she's attempting to bust the theater into flames. And Frederick, his final piece, De Resistance of Assholeness, busts in.
And she's like, hey, I had nothing but good to you. You've been a fucking bitch. And then finally,
in a weird way, he's right. She's given him nothing, but there's obvious reasons for why. I'm not trying to defend him.
She's been trying to, like, throw him off of her the whole time, and he just
take a fucking hit.
I'm a hero.
No, right? Yeah.
It's like, bro, just because you're here doesn't mean she's gonna spread her legs for you. I just love how, like, she tells him close the door, like just fucking toys with him just so, like, there's not a scene. Doing the smart thing, and then shoots him while the gunshots of the movie.
She shoots him, and then he shoots her, and that's the thing, is I find this kind of weird, because, like,
they die
together. And then we see Shoshana one final time on the big screen. I have a message for Germany.
I have a message for Germany. Who wants to send a message to Germany? Why was that in English? It was a German movie.
That's a fair point. Oh my god. Oh my... Let's just pray the doctor came in for that one scene and the TARDIS translated it, because that's the only bullshit excuse I got.
But how, like, Donnie and them were, like, in the fucking bathroom.
Oh god, that's so brutal.
They'd like get it all ready, hide it under the rag, and then just punch the guy anyway.
Eli Roth's face when he gets into that room and starts shooting Hitler with a machine gun, man.
That was, like, hardcore. Just like...
I can't do it. I can't do it. There's no way to... The eyes are insane. Right. Fucking... It's biblical!
His eyes were glistening in the firelight.
Hans turning himself over was great.
And seeing Hitler, before we do that, seeing Hitler, like, ragamuffin, like, Swiss cheese. And again, his face. It was just like, I can only imagine that this is what exactly what, like, any Jew
that made me realize Eli Roth
that had that opportunity would have looked like.
Eli Roth should have been in one of his own movies. Like, as a major villain. Look at that fucking face. That's an intensity face. So Hans Landa turns himself over after the deal is struck, like the deal was supposed to happen. And Herman, his sidekick, which, by the way, just want to point this out now, sidekick's name wasn't Herman. He calls anybody who is a lower official than himself Herman. Herman. So it's literally, I believe it's supposed to be...
That's probably a German word.
No, I know. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like a derogatory term.
Maybe derogatory, or... Maybe just a rank and file thing?
Probably. The Nazi swastika forehead carving is the best callback in this movie. At the end with Hans, the way they do it, and just the it's not really cool.
What the hell are you doing? I made a deal for that man's life!
Nah. See it being done, too, which... Oof.
Which, it's also easier to do because you don't show the face when it's being done.
No, I know what you're saying.
It's just like you have the thing there, but it's still pretty visceral.
Since Pulp Fiction.
Shit.
I've got two different numbers on this, so I'll say both of them. Between 30 to 42% of the movie is spoken in English. Tarantino doubted that Diane Kruger could even master the German language, because everything he saw from at that point was her speaking in English. So he didn't know if she could actually do the German.
Didn't know she was German, because she was German!
No, I know. Diane Kruger.
Actually, I'm not kidding. She was born in Germany. You watch her National Treasure, you hear the accent.
No, I know. This is also the first Tarantino film to win an Oscar for acting, and that was Waltz.
Oh, a German white guy.
Leo DiCaprio was Hans Landa's first choice. But they thought it wouldn't be a good fit, so they waited for him for Django.
Leo?
Yeah.
I mean, after seeing Django, Leo would have been a great fit.
I don't know if he could pull the German off.
He can pull, maybe not the German.
When you have Christoph Waltz versus Leo for a German role,
I know, but Leo's proven he's pretty versatile.
Oh yeah,
he probably could have gotten a couple lines down. It would just be more English in the movie than
him in the Southern accent was perfect though. So I'm glad they waited.
Yeah, but also like Leo proved with that role he could be despicable.
And just to really blow your mind, Simon Pegg was originally considered for Fassbender.
probably still would have worked.
Christoph Waltz actually dubbed himself in the German version of the film, which how do you even have a German version of this movie? 50% of the movie is in German.
Yeah.
The movie took around 10 years to write.
Oh, look at that. When Tarantino's focused on, like, that's proof.
Eli Roth, wow. Both Aldo and Hans only kill one person on screen each.
Shit. Who does Aldo kill?
Herman.
Herman?
He shoots Herman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Michael Madsen was originally set to play a character that winds up being completely cut from the movie.
Michael Madsen...
Because we have to tie him into every video we do.
Tarantino, damn it. No, Michael Madsen. Michael Madsen would have only been able to pull off all the reins, I think.
Well, it was a non-existing role.
I know.
But yeah, I could see him. I don't even see him doing that. There's too much charisma needed to pull him off as a likable character, and we love Michael Madsen. Yeah, we'll end it there. Next week we'll be doing Django Unchained. Hope you join us for that. Hope you enjoyed this.
Django.